I welcome you to Big Classes for MSBI training sessions. And this is the very first demo of MSBI. I would like to have it present to you. So let me tell you what MSBI is. Basically, so that you understand the process where exactly MSBI fits in into the company. Okay, MSBI, as the name suggests, it is the Microsoft Business Intelligence. Microsoft have released a lot of other products as well apart from MSBI as a product. Okay, the other products you see related to Microsoft are .NET, C#, .NET, ASP, .NET. You have SQL Server, one of its product, SharePoint, one of its product. Similarly, BizTalk, another part of Microsoft. So when we come to MSBI, it is also a similar kind of product provided by Microsoft. So what exactly MSBI is? It consists of 4 different modules. It consists of SQL Server, okay, SSIS, SSRS, and SSAS all inclusively. So this whole package comes under Microsoft Business Intelligence. We use all the tools consolidatedly, but you know, it is not that a company will make you work on all these tools. You know, company may expect you to be a SSIS developer or SSRS developer or SSAS developer. In our training sessions, we will cover all of these modules so that tomorrow, if in case you get an opportunity to work on any of this module particular, you will be able to work with this kind of training sessions what we have. So in this training session, what we will be covering is, and let me tell you what are these actually. This is the database. Okay, SQL Server is the backend database of Microsoft, and SSIS, it's the ETL tool through which you do extract, transfer, and load. And then coming to SSRS, it is, coming to SSRS, it is the reporting tool. And SSAS is the analysis services tool. Okay, now when we talk about other tools in the market, apart from MSBI, we have DataStage, we have Informatica, we have Ab Initio, lot of other tools, ETL tools, same as Business Intel MSBI, but these tools are just used to extract the data, transfer the data, and load the data. These all tools you see here are used for the same purpose. How if business wants to view the reports in report formats? If business want to view the reports in report formats, DataStage will not be a good platform for them to have the report as a report format. So for that, they basically have to go with any of the third-party reporting tool and integrate it with DataStage, and then get the data from the ETL and represent it in the report format. So you have a lot of other third-party tools like Cognos is there, and Tableau is there, and a lot of other tools. The case is same for Informatica and Ab Initio as well. They even don't have the reporting services binded to the ETL. So think of it. A company, he have to buy DataStage, he have to buy Cognos, and he also have to buy a database wherein he can store the data. He can go with SQL or Oracle I'm talking about separately. He will buy these modules. So you can easily see the cost of increasing inclination when we talk about this tools in market. So that is why MSBI is in great demand. You know, in MSBI they just have to get the license for SQL Server, and this SQL Server will inbuilt have this whole all tools consolidated in Visual Studio. Okay, so he no need to buy separately SSIS to perform ETL, he no need to buy separately SSRS to perform reporting, he no need to buy separately SSAS, which is basically used for performance tuning. This improves the performance of the retrieval process from the cube. We will go in great details. What is SSIS, how exactly it is working, all this kind of stuff in coming classes. For now, just understand, as the other tools you have in market, you also have this tool in market, but if you see the added advantage of this tool, it is of low price, it will come in low price. Additionally, you will have all the things. Here they need to have ETL, they have to buy separately, Cognos they have to buy it separately, and one database they have to buy, and then also buy adapters to basically connect to each other. So this is very cost effective, and most of the companies are going with MSBI. That is the main reason why MSBI is boom. Okay, now prior I go ahead and give a demonstration where exactly MSBI fits into the company. We have just saw the components, what are the components related to MSBI. We will look into each and every component, how it is fitting into a company. So basically my classes, you know, fits to kind of candidates, you know, like you, because in my classes I will not be going to advanced concepts before I go ahead and cover the basic concepts. Okay, so in each module I will be covering the basics first and the advanced concepts, and then I will give you interview questions which will help you first going with the basics and then the advanced, and then going with the interview questions will help you completely to either crack an interview, or if you get an interview, you know, if you pass through the interview, if you get a chance to work in real time, these advanced concepts will help you in real time to build your own logics. Okay, not only with SQL, I will follow the same concepts with all of the 3 modules.
Okay.
All of the 3 modules will follow the same content, basics, then advanced, then interview questions, okay, which will help you in all the phases of your career. So since you don't understand what ETL is, SSRS and analysis services is, let me tell you, this is the very demanded subject. It is not just a database development subject. It is not just you working on the toddling phase of technologies. It is a technology which is in great demand nowadays. An ETL developer, an MSBI developer is normally paid about 70 to 80 hours per hour. 70 to 80 US dollars per hour. So this is how the market is on MSBI. He can easily at least get 50 to 60 dollars per hour. Okay. Now, but to have that kind of confidence in front of the interviewer, you first need to go with the basics and understand the concepts. And I'm telling you, my training sessions will help you a lot, but simultaneously you have to practice this components. Each and every module I go with, you have to be up to date with the practice, so that you know you can build some confidence inside you. You can have few things in your mind till the time I explain you the modules. Okay. Alright, so how does MSBI helps? Let me give you a scenario of Motorola project which I had a heritage project which I had a chance to work with. Now in US, let's say this is the country as US, and in US heritage is the retail company, right? Retail company, it has its own shops all over in the US. Okay, one shop in one state, maybe not one shop. In Atlanta, maybe 2 shops. In Alpharetta, maybe 3 shops. In maybe 2 shops. Similarly, in Alaska, maybe 4 shops. Okay, all they have their business spread over all the US. Okay, what happened? When you as a customer walk into Heritage, you buy some products, right? So when you buy the product, there is some transaction happening. The person who is taking the product, who is selling the product, he will have your information uploaded in an Excel sheet. If you notice what is happening, you know, he is transferring the information from one file to other FTP location. I'll come to what is FTP location, how files are transferred. We'll see it in this demonstration. Okay. Before that, just understand a heritage as a retail shop. In one retail shop, let's say per day there are 10,000 products getting sold. Possible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say 10,000 products are getting sold in one day. Now you have maybe about 50 heritages overall US. So 50 into 10,000. Imagine how many records, maybe 5 lakh records, 5 lakh products got sold in just one day, let's say. Okay. Now if business want to analyze which product got sale, which product didn't got sale. If this is the scenario, just the scenario, what he will do, he will open each and every file, he will check. Okay, this got, okay, this got sold, okay. And he will need to also consolidate the overall sales of each product in all the states. So this kind of finding is very manual, and it may take 10 to 15 days for him just to analyze with the manual sheets in place, right? So what we as a business you know, intelligence developer did provided the solution to them is, okay, what you do, you have the files with you, right? So what you do, we basically have create a FTP location for them, FTP server, which is called a file transfer protocol server. File transfer protocol server. This server is a common server for all the heritages in US. We have scheduled it in that way. So what will happen now, what is happening is end of their business at 12 PM or 11 PM, while they are logging out of the CST time or EST time or Mountain time, whatever the time zones they are in, they are logging out. But before logging out, you know, the Excel sheet what they have filled with all the transactions, they have to send these Excel sheets into this FTP server. From each state, files will be coming and will be getting loaded into this FTP servers. So what we have did, okay, FTP server is receiving files from all of these locations. We have set a target. Let's say till 1 PM we will receive all the files. Okay, and then what we will do is, once all the files get loaded into these systems, okay, and this file consists of information about the product got sold, which product got sold, and which customer bought the product, the phone number of the customer, the detailed information of the customer, right? Now what we have given a solution is, okay, you just do one thing, click on submit button, and with clicking on submit button it will transfer it to FTP. Now our job started. What we did, we have looped each file and started loading it into SQL server. We have placed SQL server here, and this SQL server is getting files loaded into a database. Files are getting loaded into database. How are files getting loaded into this database? This is an ETL work. This is an ETL work. What we do, we extract from the source. We extract from the source. We transfer the data from the source. We load the data into the destination of SQL Server. This process of transferring the data from source to destination is called ETL process, and this is taken care by component called SSIS. The full form of SSIS is SQL Server Integration Services. In this SQL Server Integration Services, we will set up time zones. At what time the FTP location should trigger to extract the files from FTP to SQL Server. At what time? So that part is taken care in scheduling of SSIS packages. We create a package pointing to the FTP server. Let me show you that. This is the Business Intelligence Studio. After installing SQL Server and having some installation guide, you will have, let me quickly create a project for you. Okay, this is pointing, now it is pointing to analysis, integration services, and this is of SSIS big class. Okay, project. Now let me quickly open it. It's taking some time to open. Okay, now at the left hand side you will have a Solutions Explorer and you will be getting this page. Okay, now in the control flow, I'll go in detail of this SSIS. I'm just showing how the flow is. There will be a FTP task. Okay, inside SSIS only, in control flow you will have a component called FTP task. It is taking some time, right? So once the FTP task is here, what you have to do is you have to go into the FTP task, click on new connection, give this server name. This server name is pointing to this server. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
This is using SSIS. So in SSIS we went and we have configured the server name. Okay, after configuring, the server is pointed, FTP is pointed through SSIS. Now we will take one for each loop container. We will go in great details what are all these components and how exactly this works. This for each loop container, what it will do is it will loop through each file and download first it will go with each file and get this file into database, and it will come with this file and get this file. So it will loop through all the files and load it into the database. It will loop through all the files and load it into the database. That is the job of for each loop. And how do we load the data? We basically load the data using a data flow component, and inside data flow components, since these are all Excel sheets, we will configure the source connection as Excel source. It is taking some time. Okay, here. Alright, this Excel source is pointing to each of the files. How it is dynamically pointing to first file, then second file, then third file, we will look in the classes. Okay, those are configuration things. Now after getting from Excel files, each file should be loaded into OLEDB destination, which is the provider, or you can say connector to SQL Server. So all the files, each file will come in, will get loaded into SQL Server. So it happens for all the files. So after moving each file from FTP to copying each file from FTP to SQL Server, we will have in our database, in our development system, we will have archiving process. Archiving. What does archiving do is, once you copy the file data into the SQL Server tables, it will process and move this file into archive folder. Okay, this file is copied here and the data is loaded, but file is still there, right? So that is the reason we are moving the file into archiving folder. Again, we are copying, let's say, this file, and then successfully loading of those files, we will move the file. Moving means there will be no file then. It is cutting from here and it is pasting here. And how we do that in real time is we have file system task. In the control flow component, you will have something called file system task. Okay, and once you only dump the data, then only it should go into the file system task. And in file system task, you can see the source connection, which will be connected through the for each loop container, and the destination is your SQL Server. So this is how the whole process is automated. This is just the ETL part. ETL is taking care of these things: extraction, transformations, and loading. Now, what do you mean by transformations? If you go inside data flow, we saw source and destination, but there are other transformations as well. It consists of three things. One is source, one is transformation, one is destination. In transformations, you have lot of things like splitting of data. What does it mean? Splitting of data means, let's say, if the data of products or of red color products, please get the data into another table of SQL Server, and the products data, if it is blue color products, get the data into another SQL Server destination. So how it is configured now? Now it will come the conditional split, and then from the destination you will have OLEDB to load the data from splitting components. Okay, this is how I'm just showing you a simple demonstration. It is not practical classes, so that you also understand some of the practicals and you have the basic understanding on it. Okay, now after going with this process, what does a business needs from you? He need a solution to their business. Let's say I, as a business project manager, what I wanted to understand is, from each state, which product is not in sales for 1 month, so that I stop getting the products, so that I stop buying the products, or so that I stop generating those products in my states. So to know that in each states from 1 month long, which product is not sold, his intention is to not to buy from next time those products. So for that, how we will utilize our skills is, we will have one reporting services. This is a reporting server which is connected from SQL Server, and the data what you see here can be represented using a reporting server. And you understand basic as SQL you said, right? So in SQL, to find the no sales, where sales of product is equal to 0, in the condition if we give, then it will list the product which has no sales, and you have to filter on dates of this month. So we will see that queries in SQL Server, and that queries are likely passed to SSRS, and there will be a report generated in SSRS, and this report is deployed onto a server of reporting services, and from there business can look into the reports, or this report is also scheduled to there are two types of scheduling. Either you can, after generation of the report, scheduling you understand, right? It is like you will not do the manual intervention after getting the data. You will schedule the report, you will generate the report, you will schedule this report on some time. This report will automatically get generated for all kind of inputs it finds. So what happens now? The scheduling part will take care of automating this process. As soon it gets into SQL Server, a report will be generated. As soon the report gets generated, it will automatically send that report in an email, in an email format, or they will send the email, they will share this report in a Windows share format. Windows sharing is there. There are two types of schedulings. We will go in each of these details in the classes, but for now understand how automated the process is. You see, a manual work has converted into database and then have automated into reporting and then generating reports on email based and Windows shared based, and business user no need to do anything, just he need to give us the requirement, what kind of report or what kind of data he is interested in. We will automate the process. This is the end-to-end solution. And another thing here which comes in big companies, let's say you have millions and trillion of records coming in just one day. So the extraction process is taking some time. Let's say it is taking 30 minutes of time to generate one single report. If the business need to see the report maybe in 10 minutes, he can't wait till 30 minutes. So what they will do, first we will develop SSAS cube. Okay, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Alright, great. So they will develop one SSAS cube and they will get the data from SQL Server into SSAS directly. They will not go with reporting first. They will go with SSAS directly. What this SSAS do? It has lot of components. So a manual, what will happen is once there will be a cube generation, okay, using SSAS. What this cube will do is this will improve the performance. We have lot of performance tuning techniques inside a cube through which we can increase the performance, and this cube is now connected to reporting server, and the data which used to represent using reporting server and SQL Server was of 30 minutes long. Now it will be of maybe 5 to 10 minutes long. That is the power of SSAS cube, because it is the multi-dimensional storage of data, whereas SQL is the relationship database management. It is of two type storage of data, whereas in cube the data is stored in multi-dimensional pattern, wherein if you query this cube, and the querying here is SQL language, but the querying here is MDX language. We will look into MDX queries also, but not advanced concepts, basic concepts, how to query the cube and get the data. So now as soon as MDX is queried, it will get this data very fast, and it will depend on how you have developed the cube. That is very important. How did you partition the cube? How did you implement the performance tuning steps inside the cube? That is very important. We will look into it in great detail in our classes. Now from the cube, SSRS is connected, and then business can look into reports very easily and very fast. This is how a manual work is composed into automated work, and business is now happy with the requirement they are getting time to time. So this is how MSBI comes in, and this is how it is fitting, and it is coming up to the expectations of business requirements. Did you get the concept, Emmanuel?
Yes.
Any questions in these concepts?
No, I think It's good. It was good. I have now a general idea, but my general question is, does it cover all the important topics? I mean, your course. Sometimes I know some people who took this kind of training online with other schools, and they say that if you get a job after that, it's completely different in real life. What you face in the work environment is different from what they teach you. When they teach you, they just choose some topics and they highlight and so on and so forth. I hear that kind of complaint. But I don't expect, I mean, everything to be detailed.
No, I got you totally. I understand. That is why I have told in the beginning of the session that this is not just a basic development what we will be looking at. I have told you we will be looking at basics. We will be looking of all the type of development concepts with advanced and also with interview questions. These interview questions will help you definitely cracking the interview. Okay, different types of interview questions will be there, and this advanced concept will help you in real time scenarios. If you are coming across any kind of real time scenario tomorrow, these advanced topics will definitely help you in your real time projects. And I will give you the scenario based projects. Do not worry about it. Whenever we work with the component, we have developed this SSIS package, right? So if you understand this kind of scenario, you can develop it, right?
Okay.
If I am explaining you what is FTP, I will not just explain you the details of FTP. I will tell you where exactly FTP is used in your projects. What is the intention of me going with FTP? Okay, this kind of things, everything will be covered. Please do not worry. Even you don't know any kind of topics, we will be covering it from scratch, from the basics and the advanced and the interview questions, and in real time how we will process the data and why to only go with FTP, why not other tasks. This kind of scenario based questions and answers will also be covered. Why to go with for each loop when we have for loop container? This is again an important question in the interview and also in real-time practice. So I will tell you these kind of main scenarios also, and the basic concepts and the advanced concepts also. Not only just in SSIS, my all the training session from SQL, SSIS, SSRS and SSAS will have similar kind of modules covered.
Okay.
Okay. So that part, please rely on me.
Will the training help me to take the certification exam?
Certification exam, what happens is you have different type of certifications. Certifications are very specific to SQL or SSIS or SSRS. Definitely it will help you.
Okay.
Only when you practice the things.
Yeah.
If I am just telling you, keep on telling, I will end up the session maybe in maybe about 1 or 1.5 months, and if you don't practice, I could not guarantee that you might work with the advanced concepts also. If you are practicing, that is more than enough for any certification. That is very well good for your real-time projects also.